Hey there, folks. It's me, RC Mull here, and I'm warming up to do a kind of vlog in 4 parts, um, talking about my recent trip to Providence, Rhode Island for NecronomiCon 2019, which is held every other year because price and logistics and trying to get all the Lovecraftians into one area at once, and okay, but that's fine. You know, that's their prerogative. It actually makes it makes the wait all the more makes having it all the more delightful once you know, waiting is half the fun, as it were. But as you can see, the only light that I have is from the screen of my computer because I'm going to tell you a ghost story. Or at least I think it's a ghost story. So this year, I have managed to get lucky and rent a room early enough this time. Usually I either drag my heels or, okay, I know they're going to offer discounts for room reservations, but I missed the date and oh dear. So usually I wind up missing out on getting a room in the Biltmore, but this year I got lucky and I managed to get a room in the historic Biltmore. Although granted it's now the Biltmore Graduate since the building was bought out by a boutique hotel. But I like how they renovated it, and in fact, I was wondering if the renovations might not have stirred up more than the usual spooks. Because there are a lot of stories about the Biltmore being very haunted. I mean, the word very often gets used because it's not unusual that hotels tend to have their share of spooks and things and bumps in the night and whatnot, and not necessarily the guests causing bumps in the night. Or rather, there are guests that just don't check out. I've heard stories about doors that were locked that would just plain open by themselves, and water that would start running in the bathroom for no reason at all. I've even heard stories of people hearing footsteps in their room and there was nobody in the room, or feeling something walk on the bed, like a dog or something or other. It jumped up there and was walking around them, and no dog, or what have you. Or was it a dog? Anyway, but there's a lot of weird stories told about the Biltmore. Apparently, when it was built, one of the financiers supposedly was involved with some form of dark magic. There's stories about weird rituals being performed in one of the ballrooms, and supposedly there was chickens being kept in a coop up on the roof, you know, to be used in some kind of sacrifices or something or other. And on a more down-to-earth level, there are reports that apparently there was mob activity going on because the building was built in the 1920s during Prohibition, and Providence was a mob city. So there's accounts that apparently there were mob goings on, you know, deals being cut in some of the rooms, and supposedly some of the gangsters had their girlfriends, you know, sequestered in love nests, as it were. And apparently there's one apparition of what looks like a man falling past the windows. Like, nobody's been able to corroborate that. Like, there are no reports of any accidents among the workmen when they were building the structure, and there's no reports of somebody jumping to their death off the roof, so maybe it was some kind of, you know, some kind of mob thing where, you know, they bumped off one guy by throwing him off the roof, and, you know, law enforcement just looked away for whatever reason, you know, so who knows. So I, being the person that I am, kind of had to see this for myself. I'm not a skeptic by any stretch of the imagination when it comes to the paranormal, but there is that part of me that is a little, you know? You know, the proof is in the proof is in the pudding, you know? So I kind of wanted to see some evidence myself, you know, that something weird is going on there. So I stayed there 3 nights, and the first night, nothing happened. I'm like, okay, maybe it's just a case of, if you want to see the spooks are going to hide, and if you don't want to see the spooks are going to come out and do spooks a billion on you, you know? So, Friday night, I was standing by the window, and I was saying, half to myself, half to nobody in particular, or no, half to the ghosts, actually. But I was standing by the window, looking out. I was getting ready to go to bed. I just called my folks and let them know I was, doing well and having fun, and told them a little bit about all the fun stuff that I was doing that day. And, I was standing there looking across at the Providence City Hall, which was across the street from where I was, across Washington Street. And I said quietly, how do you get ghosts to come out of the woodwork? How do you summon ghosts? What do you do? Do you say, I don't believe in ghosts? I even might have turned and yelled over my shoulder, I don't believe in ghosts! I mean, I yelled it, but just, comically half yelled it, sort of whisper yelled it. So, I finished getting ready to go to bed. I brushed my teeth and washed my face and said my prayers and settled down and, set up my pillows because, okay, I had 4 pillows on the bed, 2 of which I were using because sinus problems, and the other 2 I kind of had rigged up as a sort of pillow blind, as it were, because I had one pillow on the right side of me because on my right hand, when I was laying on the bed, if I looked over, I could see the doorway kind of leading to where the hall door and the door for the closet and the door for the bathroom were. So there was kind of this open doorway sort of deal. And I have a weird phobia of sleeping in a room where there is an open doorway of some kind because this is a subject for a whole other video in and of itself about paranormal things, but when I was in my teens, I had a not fun experience with a shadow person in an open doorway when I was trying to sleep, and it scared the bejeebers out of me, and I have never been able to sleep anywhere where there is an open doorway visible from the bed. It's just a thing with me. So I had one pillow set up so that it was blocking my view of that open doorway, and then I had another pillow set up on the left side of me so it would kind of screen the window a little bit, because even when I pulled the shades, or the curtains rather, there was like these very bright lights on the City Hall building, so I was still getting a lot of light coming in, so I had another pillow set up so it kind of blocked some of that light when I was laying down. So, and even with the pillow up, and even with the curtains drawn, I still had some light coming in, and it was kind of keeping me awake. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to get up and tweak these curtains just a little bit more, and maybe that will finally block out all the light. So I get up from the bed, and my hand brushed against the pillow that I'd put on my left side, and I feel it go over the side of the bed. I hear it plop on the floor. My foot brushes up against it as I'm walking across the floor to the window. And I'm thinking, okay, I gotta put the pillow back when I get to bed. So, no big deal. This thing to do, but oh well. So I finally tweaked the curtain enough that the light is not coming in and irritating me. And I walk back to the bed, put the light on to pick up the pillow. The pillow is back on the bed. Not where I had propped it up to act as a blind, but it's laying on the mattress, in front of where the pillows that I had been lying on were. And I'm just like, what? Just, nobody in the room but me and my guardian angel. So, I don't know if my guardian angel decided to mess with me a little bit, or if there is a spirit of a chambermaid or a lady's maid of some kind, but somebody put that pillow back. I didn't put that pillow back myself. It was dark. I didn't feel the pillow on the floor when I turned back to the bed, so in the 2 seconds it took me to fix that curtain, somebody put the pillow back. I got nothing. So, I didn't see any figures. I didn't see any apparitions. I didn't have a sense that there was somebody in the room with me, like, sometimes I can sense the presence of a spirit of some kind, like there is an energy or an entity or, a consciousness or a something. Didn't sense any of that in the short interval, so I have no idea what happened there. I mean, my guess is whatever came in and fixed this pillow, came in, put the pillow on the bed and just ducked out quick, because maybe there were, in life they had been a hotel chambermaid and, I can't be in the room too long when the guest is in there, you know? So, that was a bit strange. And, okay, that's my strange story from the Biltmore. Didn't have anything majorly disturbing, just, you know, a pillow moving entity, which was nice, I guess. I mean, I didn't have to pick up the pillow. I just had to, you know, shift it around, stick it, you know, where I had it set up as a blind for this window. Not that I really needed it after that. I just chucked it over to the side after that because I don't need this now. But, okay, that was a thing. And this really an interesting experience, so that's a little preview, as it were, of my experiences at NecronomiCon Providence 2019, and you'll be hearing more about it in the coming days once I get my notes and things together. So, this is me, R.C. Mulhare, and I'll be signing out, and you folks out there keep it eldritch.